5 rules to immediately enhance your life. If you're having trouble making genuine changes in your life, you've already tried things that didn't really work out and you're feeling stuck, then these basic principles that are easy to follow can help. Welcome back to Financial Fortune. Number 1. Every day, you should write to dreadful pages. In point of fact, the paper is irrelevant to this discussion. The concept of lowering your standards genuinely refers to doing this. In most cases, when we begin a new activity, whether it is the objective of losing weight, starting a business, or engaging in any other new endeavor, we dive right in and take an all or nothing approach. Either I work out at the gym 5 times per week or I don't work out at all. I have set a daily goal for myself to write 2,000 words for this book and I intend to finish it within the next 6 months. In most cases, the strategy is successful for approximately a week or sometimes even a month before you inevitably fall off the wagon. In the parlance of authors, if you were writing a book, this would mean that even if it were the worst page you've ever written, you would still write 2 pages of this book every single day, or 1 page, or whatever the case may be. The important thing is that you have a small amount that you can definitely do, and that you continue to make progress every single day. If this involves going to the gym, you're only committing to turning up for 5 minutes, and that's what you're committing to. You can move around after 5 minutes, which you can do. Nevertheless, by reducing your standards and making this promise, you are lowering the likelihood that you will be able to keep it. You can make that behavior attach and make advancement happen over a long period of time, merely by decreasing your standards of what you're attempting to do. It's incredibly reachable even if you're having a terrible day. You can make that habit stay and make progression happen. Number 2. Add after you remove. Honestly, I couldn't find a suitable name for this rule, so let me discuss the significance of the term decide. The word decide comes from the Latin word decidere, which is a combination of 2 words, de which means off and sidere which means cut. The rule states that you should remove something before adding something. Because of this, when we combine the 2 terms, we get the idea of cutting off a decision, which is not how most of us think about decisions. Nevertheless, this is something that we need actually modify our way of thinking about how we make decisions, which determines what we decide to do and what we decide not to do. Most significantly, a great deal easier, particularly in light of fact that in the modern world, we are presented with an infinite number of chances and choices regarding how to spend our time and deal with the various things that occur in life. And the question is, which one will I choose to keep and which one will I get rid of? There are infinite number of obligations at work and with kids as well as various responsibilities that come up. If you do not decide to say no to these things, you are in reality making the decision to say yes to them, and if you do not actually manage your life, somebody else will. Things take over, and this is why everyone is so stressed out and has so much going on. We don't deliberately see what we can go through and cut off our lives. Rather, sometimes we make no decision or the standard decision, and this ends up getting things going on with their lives. This is because we don't deliberately see what we can endure and cut off our lives. Because of this, our stress levels continue to rise. Thus, you should take a break from your life and consider what you can eliminate so that you can devote all of your time, energy, and resources to the things that are truly important. Number 3. Make sure you take the proper measurements. What gets measured gets managed, and just in making a cake, things may rapidly get out of hand if you don't measure your ingredients. This is true not just in the kitchen but in other aspects of our lives, including our finances, fitness, and health. I try to keep things as simple as possible financially by unifying accounts using apps like Mints, or there's a bunch of others that put all your account balances in one place and all of your expenditure in one place so you can see precisely how much is going along and how much is going out. If you're having difficulties losing weight or reaching your fitness goal, it may be because you are unaware of the number of calories you consume. However, you shouldn't expect that fantastic results if you have no concept of what you're doing and no knowledge of what you're putting into your body. In this crucial stage, where you're winging it, you should really take the time to learn and prepare. Time and resources to devote to gathering information and keeping tabs on everything that's happening. You are only beginning to learn how your body responds to your training and diet. Number 4. Take on challenging tasks. Your journey through life begins at the boundary of your comfort zone. Even if you don't feel like you want to do anything, you should push yourself to complete a task anyhow. It is not difficult to stick to what you're good at and attempt new and various kind of items, such as approaching and chatting to someone you might marry or just being a nice person with doing your first investment. Sticking to what you are excellent at makes it easier, whatever it is. Feeling this tension leads to almost happiness and a real increase in growth. This might be true in any context. This is outside of my normal range of behavior and comfort. I'm not going to do this because it's terrifying and I don't want to do it, but I'm going to lean into the fact that it's scary and say that's exactly why I have to do it. That's why I have to do that since it's the thing that will help me mature the most. It's the same concept regarding physical fitness. When you get to do the last rep you don't believe you can do, you see all the improvement from the previous 10 things you accomplished. The first few are really simple and they won't actually be of much assistance to you. Because the final couple is what determines the outcome, you can't afford to remain with what's convenient. You can only improve and explore a life you didn't even think was possible if you put yourself through those really challenging situations. Number 5. Power down and restart. 63% of American workers say they are considering leaving their jobs because of stress, according to the American Institute of Stress. Most individuals live with a chronic stress, which is terrible for their health. Stress can lead to physical illness for certain people. In order to avoid this, you should examine your life objectively. If you take a step back and examine your life as if you were an outsider looking in, you might be surprised of what you may find. Even if you know, for example, that you spend 2 hours a day on social media and check your email 37 times a day, and if you're trying to reduce your expenses so that you can really improve your life, but you have an addictive behavior or you eat out too often, it can be really hard to break out from this process and these normal behavioral patterns that we get into. For this reason, it's recommended that you take a screenless day at least once a month, if not more frequently. During this time, you should refrain from using any electronic devices and instead focus on yourself and your thoughts, asking yourself questions like, should I even be at this job that I'm at? Or should I be doing this? In today's society, when numerous distractions make it difficult to focus on anything for more than a few minutes at a time, it can be next to impossible to find a calm moment in which to consider such matters and evaluate one's own time management. Relax for a while and put down the gadgets. I hope these principles make your life more wonderful and meaningful. Learn to embrace and love your life. For more videos like this, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to our channel. This is the Financial Fortune, and thanks for watching.